What a beautiful recording this was with Krista Parr. I have to tell you one thing. When we talk about vitamins and minerals and nutrition, it comes from the heart, it comes from the soul, it comes from every little being that we have. We're not here to, take another vitamin and compare every single thing that's happening in our life. There's so much contradicting information out there as well. What do we do? What do we take? We just make things a little bit more simple so you understand simplicity. Let's go back to our old roots. This is what we're all about. My name is Nishma, and I'm all about healthy ways to live your life nutritionally, holistically, and within your body, working on your mind, heart, soul, physical, and everything. This has everything to do with just a normal situation in life. Today, I have Krista Parr, who's with me today talking about vitamins and minerals. Why did I bring her in? It's because she's so good at explaining things, I bet, even better than me when it comes to vitamins and minerals. When I take my vitamins and minerals, we talk a lot about why are we taking them. Some people don't believe in them, and that's okay. That's just who you are. We all believe in something, right? So I'm not here to make you a believer. I'm here to show you how you can actually enhance your nutrition even more. You will hear Krista talking a lot about how our nutrients in our soil has been depleted right now in this age of time, where many years ago, one orange would give you all your vitamins of vitamin C, compared to today, having 10 oranges will give you that boost of your nutrient for that one orange that was giving to you many years ago is now you need to eat 10 to actually get that. This is why vitamins and minerals are so important to you. But the problem is that there's so many kind out there, right? So we want to talk to you about a specific one that has really intrigued a lot of our our sites to get the best nutrient available. We are now today with Qscience, and when we talk to any kind of company that does vitamins and minerals, we want to be able to find one, the availability of bioavailability that goes into your body and it works really well. Two, if we have any questions, that company is ready to answer all your questions. There's no ins and outs to try to figure out where the nutrients is coming from. It's given to you right away. Where is this coming from? Where is the natural flavors coming from? Where is the sugar coming from? Where is the caffeine coming from? How is it a bioavailable? There's so much information we need to know before we're able to put that into our body. So today I brought in Krista Parr to be able to give you so much information when it comes to Qscience. And the best part about this is today is we're able to learn something that can enhance our nutrition to better our health. So let's have this conversation with her today and really have an open mind to this conversation because it's phenomenal. See you there. Hello, everyone. So excited that you guys are here. I'm live. Some of you can see me, some of you can't. Hopefully some of you guys are here watching us live. I'm excited to be here with my favorite person. Her name's Krista Parr. This girl, this beautiful soul of mine, she actually, me and her went to nutrition together. We did holistic nutrition together. We graduated in 2013. So we've been here together for 10 beautiful years together. And we just graduated in March of 2013, didn't we? Yes, we did. Yep. So I really want to introduce you to her. I see Simrat here. Hi, hello, good to see you. We have about 15 individuals in this group, which is beautiful. And there's so many of us here, and so many are doing such a phenomenal job with their nutrition and, trying to get back to their transition and transforming their life to a better person. I'm so excited to have that here. Hi, Simrat. I'm excited to have Krista here with me. I want to introduce you to her and let you guys know who she is. And then I want her to really bring up, she has so much information when it comes to vitamins and minerals, to the point where I think she would be the best person to talk to you about it. So here, let's quickly introduce you to Krista. Am I recording this? Yes, I am. Okay, so Krista Parr is a wife. She's a mother of 2 beautiful kids. She's a registered holistic nutritionist like myself and a founder of Root to Fruit Nutrition. For the past 10 years, her mission has been to support women on their fertility journey. Krista started her career in 2013 as a nutritionist at a large fertility clinic where she helped countless women transform their eating habits to support fertility, pregnancy, postpartum, and beyond. As well as one-on-one nutrition consulting, Krista loves creating recipes, teaching workshops, and doing one-on-one kitchen sessions. In 2022, Krista partnered with an innovative health and wellness company called Qscience in order to order the highest quality bioavailable supplements to her clients. So I will send you her website, which is root2fruitnutrition.ca. Or if you're interested in more information with her or want to talk to her, her Instagram is at root_2_fruit nutrition. Again, I will post that on the information here as well. What I love about Krista is she comes from the background of understanding, both the best nutrients that you can put into your body and why it works and the bioavailability of that. So when it comes to vitamins and minerals, I remember my last workshop, they had lots of questions on it. So I thought this time I'm going to add that into my session. So instead of coming from me, it's coming from an expert that actually deals with it even more than I do. So let's get started, Krista. I would love to talk to you a little bit about that. All right. So Krista, talk to us a little bit about vitamins and minerals. Let's talk about micronutrients, which is your vitamins and minerals. First, let's talk about a little bit with nutrition and how nutrition helps us with that. And then let's bring in the vitamins.
So, I mean, I am, now I have some slides here, Nishma. Do you want me to bring them up or not?
Yes, I do.
You don't need them up yet, but whenever you're ready. So like Nishma, I am somebody who is like really passionate about real, whole, delicious food. And I really encourage all of my clients and people to get as much of their nourishment and their nutrients as possible from their food. But the truth is that our food today isn't the same as it was like just 50 years ago. It's crazy, or like 70 years ago. So our modern agricultural methods have like stripped away increasing amounts of nutrients from the soil. So the fruits and the vegetables and the grains and the nuts and seeds and the legumes that grow in the soil are not uptaking the same amount of nutrients that they were. And studies are finding that like each subsequent generation of food is like less and less and less nutritious. So get this, average calcium levels in the soil have dropped 27% since 1950. Iron levels, 37%.
Wow.
One study found that we would have to eat 8 oranges today to get the same amount of nutrients as our grandparents got from 1 orange.
That's amazing how it's very sad that's actually happening right now in our society when it comes to nutrients. It's like, oh my God.
It feels like we're set up to fail, right? Like even if we're eating as healthy as we can and reaching for nutrient dense foods, we can't get to those optimal levels, right? So supplementation, that's where supplementation comes in, right? It can, with certain nutrients, supplementation can like fill in the gaps, and it helps us go from like surviving to really thriving. So do we all need to take supplements? Like not necessarily, but if we have certain goals and we're wanting to like really perform in our bodies, supplementation with certain nutrients can really get us there. Of course, it's really important to note that supplementation, like you can't out supplement a poor diet, right? We were talking about this, Nish.
Yes,
so
exactly.
Like you can't, it's not a replacement for healthy food. You can't be eating poor quality food that is devoid of nutrients and just like take a multivitamin and be like, I'm covered. No. It's there to like enhance your efforts, right? The supplements are there to really like elevate what you're already doing. It is not a replacement.
This is amazing because this is what I talk to my girls a lot, the ladies. I'm like, once you start to transform your life into, okay, guys, learn how to eat your food first. Learn how to enhance the foods that you're eating first. You can still eat all the foods you love. And I'm going to be
Totally.
talking to them about that too. It's pretty cool. But learn how to enhance your food. It's your 80% of what your body needs and loves, and understand how to actually eat. We in society don't know how to do that. We continue to eat whenever, whatever, however we want. We don't know when to stop eating. We continue eating whenever we want to eat. Everything's changes, right? That's your body doesn't know and understand food if you don't know how to eat. That's one of the biggest reasons why I do this. Once
Yeah.
you learn that step, and then you enhance the foods that you eat, and you start to understand what's a carb, what's a fibrous carb, what is your greens, what are your complex carbs, what are your simple carbs. Your body now understands what you're doing. Now you're enhancing that. Now you add in the supplements. Think about how
Totally.
your body is just going to go from like the transition you made to like the most vibrant
Yes.
transition you can make.
Oh,
I think
you're
that
so
is what I
right.
talk
Like
about.
that
Yes.
piece is the most important. Like what you just described, understanding all of that about food in your body is like job number one.
Yes.
Then we can like layer supplements on top of that, like you
Yeah.
said, to just like elevate, like
Mhm.
really up level your health, right? But without that food piece, I personally would say like, I mean, it could still be worth it for some people, but I'm not, I really think that food piece is the foundation, and then the supplements are there to elevate for sure.
Understanding. So when I became celiac, it's just something that I want to bring out there. When I found out I had become celiac, I found out I was vitamin D deficient. I was iron deficient. I had hair falling out of my head to the point where I was almost bald. Like I was in that situation. Um, tummy aches, skin rashes everywhere. I was going through a lot. And then I had to change my diet. My diet completely changed. And then I added iron. And then I added my vitamin D and vitamin C supplement. And then I went into multivitamins. When I started to add those after my diet changed, my hair growth came back.
Mhm.
My
Mhm.
skin felt better. I started to feel better mentally, physically, and emotionally. I don't know what to say, but the depression that I had before was like, I could understand why I was having them. It was the,
Amazing.
it was amazing to see how my transition went from a really high postpartum, unhappy woman to the most vibrant, energetic, understanding why I'm going through all those emotions to more a spiritual level, which I never could imagine. So this is why I'm so passionate about teaching food first and then talking about
Oh, yeah.
vitamins and minerals. So thank you for
Your
bringing that up.
transformation is like such a testament
Oh,
to the work that you do now, right? Because I've known you for 10 years now, and you are like a different human. I can say
yeah.
you are like, it's been like complete transformation of who you are from when I met you 10 years ago. It's incredible. It's incredible.
2012, we were doing our holistic nutritionist together, and I was going through a miscarriage at that time. I remember very well. I was talking and at that time too, I was not 100% myself because
Right.
I had just, I had got married. I was working too as well. And after the holistic nutrition, like when we finished our exam in March, I got pregnant in June and July. So I couldn't even practice fully
Right.
because again, then I hit I hit my I hit my miscarriage. Then I got pregnant after, and then it took me a year. Then I didn't care about my nutrition after. I was like, I
Yeah.
know some of this stuff, but why don't I care?
Yeah.
Because mentally I was not myself.
Yeah.
So it's very important. Thank you for bringing that up.
Mhm.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about some vitamins and minerals. Let's give me some. Okay, so I love the fact that you're with Qscience. Now, one of the biggest things about Qscience that I also came about learning. Okay, so I used to do a lot of I'm a lot about raw vitamins. So I'd love to eat more bioavailable nutrients where I used to read a lot about synthetic vitamins and natural vitamins. Give them an idea and explain to them why synthetic versus raw and what it does to our bodies. Then they kind of an idea why we go more for the natural source compared to the synthetic.
So I'll say first off that this is super complex,
Yes,
right? Sort of
yes.
like distilling it down is really challenging. But Nishma's right. So not all supplements are created equal, right? Some of them can actually be harmful. So that's is why it's so important to like make the right choices and like take supplements that are actually going to do something in your body so that you're not wasting money, right?
100%.
And it's not just about okay, where do I begin with this? Like in terms of synthetic versus raw, there are vitamins and minerals that come in like multiple different forms. Okay. So some of those forms our bodies can't recognize or absorb or uptake at all. So at best, with those forms, our body is, we're wasting money and our body is just kind of like peeing them out and we're not absorbing them. But at worst, we're actually putting a real strain on our kidneys and our liver and our systems having to process these minerals that our body is like, oh, what is this?
What is this?
I don't know. I don't know how to deal. I don't know what this is. And so now your body, it's like this added stress that your body is having to now like deal with. So in terms of like synthetic versus raw, like supplements are made in a lab, right? And so whether it's like a whole food that's been like an extraction of that and then being able to put that into like a methylated form, for example, these are big words, where the body can like recognize it. And so this is what really like the first thing that attracted me to Qscience. So when I was approached by Qscience to become an ambassador, I was like, I don't know. I've been approached by a lot of, companies. And, I was already working with like a small amount of supplements that I felt comfortable recommending to my clients. But when I started diving into the products and the company and the transparency, I was really blown away. So the whole basis of Qsciences in terms of like their supplements is bioavailability. So that means that we can absorb them, that these nutrients come in a form that our body can actually use. So that means the B vitamins are methylated. That means everybody can absorb them. The minerals are chelated. That means that they're easily able to pass through the intestinal wall and straight into our bloodstream. That's super important. Certain like fat soluble vitamins, if we have too much of them, they actually build up in the system and that can be harmful too. So with Qsciences, I was really impressed. So the medical director, like the man, Dr. Stephen Kimberly, who is behind formulating all of the products so far, is a board certified internist. He's also a naturopath. He's the senior editor at WebMD. And his whole thing is like, we need to be able to absorb these nutrients. Yes. It's all about absorption, which is so, so cool. And then the other thing that I would say when you're looking at supplements and companies is transparency. Okay, so I, as a professional, I want to be able to reach out to a company with any questions that I have about their supplements and get those questions answered. And a lot of supplement companies and food companies are like, oh, it's trademarked and we can't tell you what that is. And with Q, there's a whole dedicated like ingredient team where I literally sent an email saying, what is the source of the ascorbic acid? So ascorbic acid is vitamin C. And I wanted to know the source of that. And they were able to tell me that the source of that ascorbic acid is non-GMO citrus peel. And I was like, oh, awesome.
Perfect.
Or, some of their products, it'll say natural flavors. And that's always a red flag to me. Like, oh, what does that mean? Natural flavors. Well, with Qsciences, I can actually email and say, what is the source of the natural flavors in the liquid collagen? And they say it's a terpene extraction from peaches. Amazing. So this is important stuff, this transparency piece, so that it's like, it's quality, it's sourced well and with integrity, and we can find out the information that's important about it.
Yeah.
So those were huge selling points for me.
Yeah, that's the only, you know, when you respect someone so much and you do the research on the outside. I was very fond of this too as well. So I started to take Qscience collagen. I take their greens, and I got to tell you, some of my clients that take the greens as well, they get so much energy out of that. It makes me feel like you don't need coffee or tea. Do I still drink my tea at night in the evening, especially in the afternoon? My one cup that I love. But the greens bring me so much energy during the day that it just makes me feel good. I'm happy. It gives me this endorphin levels that I don't always get all the time. So a lot of women that wake up in the morning and say, I need a coffee. You don't need it when you have this greens.
I have one of my
swear.
clients one of my clients has completely cut out coffee.
Yeah.
And replaced it with this greens powder. So, hey, let me share my slides here, because I've
Yes,
got
please.
graphics and, images of the greens and that kind of thing too. Am I able to
Yes,
share my
I've
screen?
made you as a host. Yes.
Oh, okay, perfect. Sorry, I'm not very tech savvy. So, let me make sure. There we go. Okay, we've already talked about me.
Yes.
We've talked about the company a little bit, and okay, this is the next piece. So these are the standards for Qscience's, all of the products. They have to be free of the 8 top allergens. They are all third-party tested for purity, for the actual identity of the ingredients. They're third-party test. So that means they're sent away. Like they're not they are tested in-house and then tested again, third-party, for like bacteria and mold, tested for pesticides and heavy metals and solvents and that kind of thing. Everything is BPA free, non-GMO, gluten-free, like certified.
Love it.
Super high standards. So this is really, really important to me as well, of course. Okay, and then there's a full suite of products. We're not going to talk about all of them today. Nishma and I want to talk about like some of the ones that I think are the most powerful and the most relevant to you as women. And like, obviously we all have unique needs. There is no one way of eating that's necessarily right for everyone. There's no one supplement. Everyone is unique. And if you're on this call live right now, Nishma can probably help you sort of navigate what supplements might be helpful for you. Qscience has a full suite. So there's nutrition, there's fitness and weight loss, there's vitamin sprays, which I'm excited to talk about. There's some skincare. The new line is the Home Haven, which is like non-toxic cleaning products and laundry and that kind of thing too, which is a whole other conversation, like so important to our health as well. We're not going to talk about everything, and I'm going to be fully honest and say, like, I'm not in love with every single product in this line, but I'm going to tell you about the ones that
we love.
That we love. Okay, start with the core. I want to talk about the core. We'll get to I think the greens are next.
Yeah.
Anyways,
this one I love the fact that they come so that you get all the QMax and the Q-Align and the Digest and the biotics in like little packs. You just have to open it up. You get all of them in the day and you just have it.
It's right here.
Have one? Yeah.
Okay, so I'll show you guys. This is our top selling product. This is like a sort of foundation for overall health. It's 4 different supplements in one pack, like one bag. You can buy each bottle separately if you just want like 1 or 2 or whatever. But the way that it comes is in these little packets. So there's AM and PM, and it's all portioned out for you. So you take the morning one with your breakfast and the evening one with your dinner, and it's got a multivitamin and mineral supplement, probiotics, an anti-inflammatory blend, as well as digestive enzymes. This is a great place to start for people who are who have just started like improving their diets and are really wanting to up level what's going on. This makes it so easy. Okay, when we have to like open up a bunch of bottles, for some reason, that's really hard for people. For me, it's not. Honestly, like I have a bunch of bottles. I take my stuff every day. But for my husband, okay, I've been a nutritionist for 10 years. This is the first time my husband has ever consistently taken supplements because it's easy. He puts it by the kettle in the morning and he takes it with him to work. And the other one is like, he sets it out for dinner. It's the only time he's been able to consistently take them, which is important, right?
It's so
if
important.
we don't take our supplements, they can't do anything. We have to, like, it has to be consistent. So like taking something like once in a while, of course, it's not the things that you do rarely that impact your health. It's the things that you do every day. So we got to have some consistency. But okay, what I really want to talk about is oops, I dropped the greens. I'm going to show this to you, but so the Q Max Premium, that is this one right here. And it is the multivitamin and mineral. And it was one of the things that drew me into Qscience. It's kind of the flagship product. It's kind of like where it all began. And in my opinion, it is like the best multivitamin on the market. Okay. We actually have 33 peer-reviewed research papers on this product alone prior to Qscience acquiring this product. So it wasn't like in-house research, like before we acquired this product. 33 peer-reviewed research studies showing its effectiveness in supporting everything from anxiety and depression to ADHD and even traumatic brain injury. And I believe it's because of the minerals, the chelated minerals that the cells are able to uptake, has this like massive impact specifically on mental health. Of course, it's like the whole blend of multivitamins and minerals that you need, but that piece is really cool as well. Okay, the probiotics I'll mention as well, because if you have ever taken antibiotics, if you have ever swam in a chlorinated swimming pool, if you've ever taken, any other type of like prescription painkiller or anything, your gut has probably been impacted and you could probably benefit from some probiotics. So basically beneficial bacteria that we're kind of repopulating our gut with. I could spend a whole hour talking just about probiotics, but that's an important piece as well. The digestive enzymes can be really helpful with people who are right at the beginning of their like healing journeys to help break down their food. Sometimes people find that they don't need it after a while, or it's not as necessary, but it's really great sort of in those early stages of healing. And then the Align is the anti-inflammatory, which is like so incredible for just putting out the fire of inflammation, which is like one of the drivers of chronic illness, right? In so many systems of the body. Shall we talk about the vitamin sprays now?
These are amazing. I just bought a few for myself, and I got the sleep for my kids too as well. Yeah, I love that.
Oh my gosh. Okay, the sleep is probably my favorite. I've got all my little favorites right here. These are amazing. Okay, so certain vitamins, like the best route of absorption is intravenously. So you may have heard of people going for like B12 injections or vitamin C, like intravenous treatment. That is like the best way of absorbing vitamins. But the second best way is sublingual. That means under the tongue. So you take these sprays, spray it under the tongue, and it goes right into your bloodstream. So you're bypassing the digestive system, like this really low impact, like low stress way of absorbing your nutrients. It's just like that. Also, of course, like really effective for people who have trouble swallowing pills or like don't want to or whatever. You can also dose these for kids, right? So you can give your kid like one spray under the tongue and they don't have to like, take a pill or that sort of thing. So I'll talk about a few of my favorites, but we'll talk about sleep first because, oh my goodness, this is, people come to Qscience for the sleep spray and they stay for the sleep spray. Like this is one of the most amazing products. It does have a tiny bit of melatonin in it, not a lot. And then there's other herbs in here 5-HTP and L-theanine. These are other like really important for calming. There's chamomile, cramp bark, feverfew, passion flower, like a bunch of different herbs that help us fall asleep. And this is actually life-changing for me because I have children that don't wind down easily. They typically take at least an hour to fall asleep. And if I give them 1 or 2 sprays under the tongue, it's like within a few minutes. I will say I don't give it to them every single night because I don't want them to like
get used to
rely
it
on it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if I really need them to go to sleep quickly, 'cause I've got to get some stuff done, or like they're really wound up and I know they got to get up early next day, or whatever it is, like this has been such a life-changing tool for me. And so many people. A whole story about my mom as well, who suffered with insomnia for years and years, and she like is able to fall asleep. If she wakes up in the night, she takes another spray and is out again. Like it's so, so amazing. Okay, I also really like the C. So this is C plus zinc and echinacea and superfood berries. And this one is so great when you are, I don't necessarily think, you need to take this every day. I use this when we're feeling a cold coming on, or we've been around people who are sick, we're under a lot of stress, like we're feeling worn down. And I take like a few sprays of this vitamin C several times throughout the day. Vitamin C is a water soluble vitamin. That means that if we take any excess, like we pee it out. It also means our body doesn't store it. This is a powerful antioxidant. Our body doesn't store it. So we need to top it up several times throughout the day. Of course, we can do that by drinking lemon water or eating fresh fruits and vegetables. There's vitamin C in so many foods. But this is a great tool to use when you need a little bit extra because you're coming down with a cold or that kind of thing. So I love this. Or you know what else? Traveling. You're going through airports and like being exposed to all these different germs and recycled air. So good for that. The relief spray is like a pain reliever. I'm not going to claim it works like a pain, like a Advil or something like that, but it does take the edge off for like cramping and headaches and that kind of thing. It can help kind of just take the edge off of pain. B12 is really important for vegetarians, vegans, in this like super easy to absorb. There's also folate in here. It's all methylated. That means everyone can absorb it. It's also an energy boost. Okay, so in the afternoon, like if I'm kind of fading, I can take a couple sprays of B12 and it's like an immediate energy. Wow. These are amazing. And the price point is like, they're like under $30 to and there's so much in here. These are amazing. Okay, I think greens are next. I know, Nishma, you love these greens. So is there anything you want to say about them before I gush about how much I love the greens as well?
Okay, so the first, I used to take greens before I even met Qscience, honestly speaking. I was taking the raw vitamins and the raw Garden of Life ones. And I started to take those every single day with a bit of turmeric, of course, inside. And I love that because it's a huge like it's great for what I was doing. So every day I would take those, and then Krista obviously got me to get these greens. So at first I was hesitant because I was like, I really like the greens that I'm already taking. Why am I taking the same one? But the amount that I was paying for those greens compared to this, it's a similar amount. And I was like, okay, well, what's the big deal if I'm paying that one or paying for this one? So then I went and got this one and I started to take it, and I started to feel an energy boost that I've never felt with the other greens that I was taking. So the greens that I was taking before, it was not even as sweet either. And a lot of my clients that were taking them did not like them. So then when I started to bring them into these greens, not only do they love the taste, because the taste itself was really good, they started to get an energy boost that was like immediate, to the point where they started to feel good about themselves. Like their energy went up really quickly. They felt good about who they just felt good. I would go to them and start working them out, and they would have so much energy. Like it's like a boost of energy to work out too as well. I was like,
this as like a pre-workout. Yeah.
So I just finally, my mom came over a few months ago too as well. And her energy was so low. She was like, I'm tired, I'm exhausted, I'm not feeling good. Maybe I didn't sleep really well. I gave her a green to have. And with that one green of, she just drank a little bit. She's like, oh my God, my headache has gotten better. I'm not feeling tired. I'm not exhausted. She had this energy boost that she was able to come for a walk with us. And I go, what happened to your headache? And she's like, I don't know. It just feels so much better now. And I'm like, oh my God, like this green has been amazing. So after I finished my 30, like I finished all of mine, I was sitting there thinking, I need my greens. I need my greens. Like, thank God I got my greens back and I was able to drink it. And today in the morning, my energy, oh my, what a difference with these
Mhm.
greens. I don't even need a coffee. I don't need
Yeah.
tea. I don't need anything else. It comes directly from green tea extract. So that boosts my energy so much and I'm loving it. And if you look at the ingredients, like I
Yeah.
always show the ingredients on this and I'm like, look at
They're
that
amazing.
ingredient. It's
This is
all whole foods.
And it's organic. So a
Mhm.
lot of greens powders are not organic. So these are all organic vegetables, right? So everything, your spinach, broccoli, watercress, kale, carrot, beets, like all of those things that you would expect to see in like a superfood greens powder. But the unique thing about this is that there's sea vegetables and algae as well. So there's spirulina and Icelandic kelp. These are high in iodine that helps support the thyroid, but also minerals like iron in a really easily digestible format. And then there are the liver supporting herbs. So there is milk thistle in here, there is ginger. These herbs help our liver do its job of detoxification in a very gentle way. So this is like a daily detox, like a daily cleanse of helping your body like more quickly clear out toxins that it needs to move through. Okay, the taste is delicious. It's like a
Yeah.
cinnamon flavor. It's sweetened with stevia. And so it is sweet. Oh, and I'll show you, sorry, bending over here. They come in these little packets. So this is the bag here, and then they come in individual packets. And I find that I take like half a packet or less in a big glass of water, and that's enough for me in terms of like the flavor and the sweetness. I'm still getting all of the benefits without having to take a whole pack. Okay, it's 65 milligrams of caffeine per packet. An average cup of coffee is about 95 milligrams. Okay, so there is some caffeine. It is less than coffee, and it comes from green tea extract and guarana. So really clean sources. That's why you feel that clean energy of like focus and like relieving headaches and all of that stuff. But it is something to be aware of. So like, for example, my kids love this, but I don't let them have very much because there's caffeine in it, right? So I let them have like a couple sips of my drink, all kids are different in terms of like how they're going to respond to that, but it's something to be aware of if you are avoiding or limiting caffeine. But as we already mentioned, like I have clients who've completely cut out their coffee habit just by having this, and now they're actually having a lot less caffeine. For me, it's my afternoon pick me up. So I have it like in the late afternoon when I need to like get through the rest of the day, in the evening with a little bit of energy. Such a great product. You can also throw it in smoothies. Like you don't have to just mix it into your water. You can throw it in smoothies or whatever if you like. Yeah, I think that's all I have to say about the greens.
Of course, I want everyone to know that, supplements are not for every single person, but look through these as well and look what makes sense to you and what brings you vibrant. The biggest reason for vitamins and minerals for me, again, like I'm going to keep saying this over and over again, is, hey guys, you need your vitamins and minerals to enhance your food because our food will not give you everything. We are getting to an age when we get older and older and older. We want bioavailable nutrients in our body. We want our body to absorb it. The older we get, the harder our body gets to absorb these nutrients. And it gets harder and harder and harder as we get older, especially if we're not working out or if we're not eating properly. These vitamins and minerals are now taken out of your bones, and then your bones are now getting lower and lower with these vitamins. You're not getting enough. So your body's going to try to get them from anywhere it can find to get these vitamins going and to keep your body running. So why do we add these vitamins and minerals? Make sure they're enhanced, make sure that they're good quality. And this is why we put them in our body, so we can continue living a healthy and vibrant life all throughout our aging system. We want to age gracefully. We don't want to age at a point where we're growing older and we're feeling aches and pains in our body because we're not taking care of our vitamins and nutrients in our body, which help us directly with our mind, our fogginess, and the growth that we go through, right? So this is one of the biggest things. So thank you so much, Krista. Keep going. I'm watching.
Well, and especially, I mean, that I like had all these light bulbs go off in my head as you were talking about that. I mean, any kind of gut dysfunction, like any sort of digestive impairment is going to mean that even when you're eating all these healthy foods, if you're not necessarily breaking it down properly, then you're not absorbing the nutrients properly. Another reason why supplementation might be helpful, where it's like more easily delivered into the bloodstream, like the sprays or that kind of thing. And then when we think back to like, we need to eat 8 oranges today to get the same nutrients as our grandparents got from one, that's a lot of food, right? So like, we need to be able to top up those nutrients without necessarily overeating as well, right? And I'm glad you brought up aging gracefully, because we're moving into collagen is my next slide, I think here. Okay, this is a real buzzword these days.
Love it, love it.
And to be honest, I could spend an hour just talking about collagen. This is a huge and complicated subject, and we're gonna just sort of breeze through it a little bit. But this was another one of the things that like perked my interest about Qsciences, because I am someone who has been taking like a powdered collagen as well as recommending it to my clients for many, many years. It's very supportive for so many different health concerns, as well as like the women I'm working with usually are either pregnant or trying to get pregnant or postpartum, and collagen is so important for those things. So it's something that I've used in my practice for a long time. And when I saw this one, I was like, huh? So let's talk a little bit about like what is collagen, and then we can talk about this one, because there's a lot, it's such a buzzword that there's a lot of options on the market right now in terms of supplementation. And I can't get into like all the differences, but there's a lot to consider when choosing a collagen supplement. Okay, collagen comes from the Greek word for glue. It's literally the glue that holds our bodies together. It is the most abundant protein in the body. Okay, so it's found abundantly in like our skin and our nails and our hair, but not just that, it's our joints, it's our internal organs, our artery walls. It's like what keeps our arteries like strong but supple. It's in our cartilage, it's in our bones, it's in the placenta when pregnant. There are actually different types of collagen. Actually, 29 different types of collagen have been identified, but there's only a few of them that are like type 1 is in 90% of the body. But it's important to understand that there are different types of collagen, like within one source, okay, or like within the human body, there's all these different types of collagen. So when we supplement, we want to know what that supplement is offering us. Is it one type of collagen? Is it 5 types of collagen? So that these ones each have 5 types of collagen in them. A lot of the powdered collagen supplements on the market will have like one type. And then there's actually a lot of studies on collagen supplementation. A lot of them look at gut health. So we know that collagen is important in like repairing and strengthening the gut lining, but also in joint pain. So lots of research studies looking at collagen supplementation in terms of joint pain in athletes, but also in people with osteoarthritis, osteoporosis. And I want to talk about a couple of those studies because they were kind of interesting. One of them looked at calcium. When we think about bones and bone health, right? We think about calcium. One of the studies found that they had a group that supplemented with calcium versus collagen. And it was the collagen group that had like this way more improvements in terms of reduction in fractures and like overall bone strength versus just supplementing with calcium. And the reason for that is that our bones are actually made of collagen pretty much. So it's these like collagen fibrils that form this like lattice structure. And then that's where the calcium and like the minerals deposit is into this collagen structure, right? It's like lattice thing. And so that's why I think these studies have come back where collagen is even more supportive than the mineral status. One study found that participants saw an improvement in their skin, nails, and hair ahead of improvements in their osteoarthritis. So the whole study was looking at like joint pain, but they actually were finding like hair regrowth and like skin smoothing and like wrinkle reduction and nails growing before that. And now I will say with collagen, your body's going to prioritize it. Okay, so there's a lot of talk about using collagen for like wrinkles and skin and hair, and it can be amazing for that, but we can't sort of know where the body is going to use it. Okay, as we age, our collagen production really slows down. Like when we're kids, we're producing all this collagen because it's like building our body, right? And as we age, it slows down. And that's why we see like sagging skin and wrinkles and joint pain and that kind of thing, right? Is that it really slows down. And as we supplement with it, your body is going to prioritize where that needs to go. So if there's some gut healing or artery walls, like we really don't know what it's doing in there, but there's a lot of anecdotal reports of like clearer skin. For myself, that's what I saw. You have to be consistent with it. So collagen supplementation can be incredible. Like I have clients who've had new hair grow in after like postpartum hair loss and that kind of thing. You do have to be consistent. Like it is supportive while you're taking it, but not after, if that makes sense. Okay, so what's really cool about our collagen as well is it's not just collagen, it's also the vitamins and minerals that are cofactors in like absorbing, producing, uptaking collagen. So we're sort of hitting it from both sides. The source is important for me as well. So where does collagen come from? Like it's bovine skin, it's chicken sternum. Like that's the reality of what collagen supplements are. And so for me, would never take a product that isn't ethically sourced. So these are from pasture-raised animals in Italy. I've literally seen pictures of them. Like that's how transparent this company is. I can, find out the source of this collagen and be told that. So that's really cool as well. So there are two different products. There is the gold collagen, which we call Rebuild, and it's more for like fitness, athletic performance. There is glucosamine and MSM in there for like joint pain and joint support. There's branched chain amino acids for like athletic performance and endurance. There's also some whey protein in there for like muscle tone. The purple one, the Reform, is more like for hair, skin, and nails and gut health and that kind of thing as well. It doesn't have the whey protein and the branched chain. Okay, we'll move along because I could talk about collagen all day long.
Yeah. So what I really wanted to talk about really quickly is about that Rebuild one. So I never got the Rebuild one myself because I wasn't sure, but I do a lot of workouts. And now that I've started going back to my workouts, I get my body starts to get really sore very quickly nowadays if I have not worked out for so long. So it's a really good way to rebuild. I was just telling Krista, I'm like, I wish I had some of that. So I'm going to go and grab some of that for myself too, because if I do ever work out that much, then this way I can take one right after my workout and feel a little bit more calm, and it helps me rebuild.
For sure. It's a rebuilder. Yeah, exactly. Injury, like anybody who's recovering from injury or surgery, like that type of thing, that rebuild either of the collagens. I take the purple one. I've got it right here.
Me too.
But yeah, for sure that gold one, it's very sticky and thick. It's on my finger now. Injury or surgery recovery, so important for that. People really like to take it for wrinkles and hair growth. There's all kinds of anecdotal stories of, hair regrowing, strong nails, wrinkles, that kind of thing, with collagen. Okay, the terpenes, I'll talk about this just a little bit because this is so cool. We are the first to market in the world with this type of product. It's very, very innovative, like very interesting product. So terpenes are naturally occurring compounds found in every plant on Earth, okay? They provide scent and flavor. Some of them have unique benefits to humans, okay? You may have heard of terpenes in relation to cannabis, marijuana, hemp products. They're heavily studied, like extensive studies on the terpenes in those plants. Qscience has wanted to see what we could do with terpenes from other plants. So these are non-psychoactive, but they have similar benefits to CBD products. Okay, so I have my favorite one, my current favorite right here is Create. Okay, so there's 4 different ones. They're sublingual as well. So you put them under the tongue and they act immediately. And they are these plant extractions that are water soluble and very, very safe. This is different than like ingesting essential oils. It sort of removed all of those like harmful or like irritating compounds, and we're able to take it in the body very, very easily. Even kids can be dosed for these. Okay, so they're all for different purposes. I use Create when I need to focus in. Okay, so I only have childcare like a couple of days a week. And when I do, I have this big to-do list. Like I got client calls, I've got programs I need to work at, like all of these, my mind, I have all these tabs open in my mind. And I use Create to help me like focus in on the task at hand. There's one for sleep. It's called Slumber, and people will use that sometimes in conjunction with the sleep spray. Comfort is for pain. And I have found when I put my back out a month ago, I use the Comfort and the Relief together, again, to take the edge off. It's sort of calming and pain relieving. It's not like taking an Advil, but it's also doesn't have like the strain on your kidneys and liver that like painkillers have. And then Chill, I actually haven't tried this one yet, but it's really popular for people with like anxiety or like social anxiety. It's like this calming, like before you have to give a presentation or walk into a room of people that you don't know. These are really, really neat products to support different situations in life. There's a new one that I get to beta test. I'm trying it right now. It's not even released to market yet. It's coming out in June, and it's going to be pretty life-changing for people that live with chronic pain. It's really cool.
Ooh, so I remember coming into one of your, I remember there was a meeting and I had come into the meeting and I was extremely tired to the point where I don't even know if I could have sat down and really concentrated on listening to all of these talks. So they had they had the Create there. And I'm sitting there and you're telling me about all of these little ones. She goes, try Create. So I was like, okay. So I put a little bit in a spoon and I put it in. I swear to God, it was within seconds that I started to get more alert. I started to feel more energy. I sat down, Krista. I was able to listen to every single conversation that was happening. All the it was amazing to see that. By the time I got out of there, I was feeling, oh my God, I came in tired. I had a little bit of this Create, and whew, like my
literally
brain just woke up.
We call it lightning in a bottle. It's like, it's so powerful. It's like this magic potion. Seriously, right? It's amazing. It's such a cool, I've never experienced anything like it before. Like it's such a cool thing to feel your body respond to that. And I remember that night, Nishma. That was awesome. Okay, so I know we're getting to like an hour now and I want to wrap it up, but there's 2 other nutrients I want to talk about that Qscience doesn't cover. We don't have products for essential fatty acids and magnesium. And these are 2 other nutrients that I find are really important for women's health. And for most people can benefit from these. Use, discernment. It's not for everyone, just like everything, but these are 2 things I wanted to talk about that aren't part of the Qscience's line that you may want to consider. Essential fatty acids are, you may have heard of them before, also called like EFAs, omega-3 essential fatty acids. They've been buzzwords for several years now. They are essential because our body requires them, but cannot manufacture them itself. Okay, so there's certain nutrients that our body amazingly can just manufacture on its own. Essential fatty acids are not one of those things. we have to consume them in our diet. Okay, in order to get enough, you need to be eating fish 2 to 3 times a week. If you're not, you're probably somebody that could benefit from supplementing with essential fatty acids. These support everything from our nervous system, cardiovascular system, eyes, brain function, skin. Sourcing and purity is really important here. We want to source from small fish, so like sardines and mackerel. These are low toxin fish. They don't accumulate as much like heavy metals and that kind of thing as something like tuna. So that's really important. We want them to be molecularly distilled so that impurities are removed. So sourcing is important there. Again, a really big subject, but I wanted to touch on this as something that a lot of women can really benefit from if you're not getting enough in your diet. You can get a bit, like if you're vegan, sometimes you can get a bit from things like algae and flax seeds, but probably not enough. You got to take a lot more. And then the other one I wanted to talk about is magnesium. This is another big subject because there's actually a lot of different types of magnesium, and they behave in the body in different ways. But this is a big subject because it's really like close to the top of the list of like crucial nutrients. Magnesium is a cofactor in more than 300 enzyme systems that regulate like a whole bunch of different biochemical reactions in the body. Every single cell in the human body has magnesium in it. Okay, it does so many things. I've listed a few things here, like it can relieve constipation, improve PMS symptoms. It's important in your bone health. It improves insulin sensitivity. It can lower blood pressure. There's stress relief and like a calming effect. That is like a very small list of the many, many ways that magnesium might be able to benefit you. Magnesium glycinate is a form that I like to recommend. It's usually well tolerated by most people. Some supplements can like make you constipated. Other ones can do the opposite. This is generally like a well-tolerated one, but there are lots of different forms. So it's something to explore if you're feeling like you have some like hormonal imbalance and all kinds of things. But I wanted to touch on this one as well. Okay, before we wrap it up, becoming a customer with Qscience. Qscience is easy. You can enroll as a customer. When you set up a subscription, you earn rewards for free product. Doesn't mean you have to order every month. It just like you can move your order date around, but it's a nice way of like getting some free products. There is dedicated customer support, and I've seen this with my customers. If you have any kind of issues, it's really easy to call and somebody will help you right away. They'll send you a new product if something is defective. Wholesale pricing. So when you enroll, it's $15 for the year. To become a preferred customer. That $15 is actually, there's a promo right now, and that is waived. Today's the last day of the month. It only goes until like, I think 10 or 11 o'clock tonight. So it's a great time to become a customer, but what you get is wholesale pricing. That's still the same pricing as me as an ambassador. When you become a preferred customer. We say there's zero risk because if you're not satisfied, you get a refund. They send you a shipping label that like, you send it back, you don't like it, no questions asked, no problem. Reach out to Nishma, especially if you're live on this call. You can reach out to Nishma with any questions that you have to like sort of discern whether or not any of these products might be supportive for you. And she'll be able to guide you, and there's lots of support that way. Okay, I think that's my last slide. So I'm going to stop share, and thank you all so much for being here and allowing me to share my passion and my knowledge. Please feel free to connect with me over my website or on Instagram if you have any questions at all. I love talking about this stuff with people, so I'm here for you. Thank you for your time so much, and thank you for inviting me, Nishma. This was great.
This was amazing. I want to say thank you to Krista personally, because I asked her to do this for me from a while ago, and I was like, I do want to talk to my girls about vitamins and minerals. I think it's so important to bring the best quality minerals, and she's worked really hard to put this together. Knowing that you have 2 kids, you're a mom, she's juggling so much going on here, and so just the fact that she was able to come here, put her time in, and be here for us. Thank you so much for doing that. This entire conversation will be edited and put into YouTube. So I just want everyone to know. And I'm excited to have it there because I want others to understand the bioavailability quality of these kind of vitamins. And if they do want it, they can get it. So this is a true passion for me. I love talking about anything and everything that is good for you. So thank you, Krista, for being here and being my mentor today to talk about this stuff.
My pleasure. It is my honor. Honestly, thank you so much for inviting me. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. That was lovely.
That's amazing. Thank you so much. I will let you go so you can go and be with your family. And I'm going to finish off with these ladies and talk to them about whatever we need to finish off today with. And then we'll go from
Sounds
there.
good.
All
Thank
right.
you. Bye.
Bye. Wasn't she phenomenal? Oh my God. I don't know what I would have done without her. She's so amazing. She has so much information when it comes to these vitamins. And the best part about them is, we are all, most of us are moms. And if we want to get the best out of these qualities and, of vitamins, then we always need to get the expert to talk about them because they go through and do the proper research. And when they do that, when you get the proper information from them, it really, truly helps us to get the best quality that we can for our body. So thank you to Krista for doing that for us. And anyone here that is looking for better quality, amazing vitamins and minerals for your body, please don't hesitate to either contact myself. You can DM me on, on my Facebook account, which is Nishma Karim, or on fit_inspired mama, or you're most welcome to get in touch with Krista as well. So I will have all her information and mine underneath this beautiful description. So please don't forget to do that. And if this really made a big difference to you and you're excited to get something like this and you want more information on good health, nutrition, anything to do with just getting your vibe and energy back up and just getting lots of information when it comes to, being the best version of yourself, please don't forget to also subscribe. Have a wonderful day, guys, and God bless.